cyberbullying, you have none other than superstar Akshay Kumar, who's come out to raise an alarm saying it's happened to his daughter. A quick look at what happened today. The digital world, once celebrated for connecting us, has now become a hunting ground for predators. The digital world, where you have online predators using gaming apps, social media, chat apps to exploit children, to harass, bully, verbally abuse, in fact, sexual harassment verbally, all of that happens, all behind fake profiles. And here you have none other than superstar Akshay Kumar, who's come out to speak about a chilling incident that happened with his own daughter. He says his 13-year-old daughter, while playing an online game, was befriended by a stranger. In fact, the person who spoke to his daughter was another person who was playing the game with her. And when the predator learned that she was female from Mumbai, when their chat graduated, that person asked his daughter to send him nudes. Him or her, we don't know, but it seems like a fake profile. And Akshay Kumar says that his daughter was completely upset and baffled by it and deleted her account and got out of it and quickly went and complained to her mother, Twinkle. So he was quite upset with that episode. And while raising awareness about cybersecurity threat, here's what he said.
मेरी डॉटर एक वीडियो गेम खेल रही थी और तो कुछ वीडियो गेम्स होते हैं जो आप किसी के साथ खेल सकते हो, कोई अननोन स्ट्रेंजर के साथ आप खेल रहे होते हो। आप जब खेल रहे होते हो तो वहां से कभी मैसेज आता है, थैंक यू, ओ दैट वाज ग्रेट, यू आर डूइंग सो गुड, वेरी फैंटास्टिक, वेरी कर्टियस मैसेज। एंड suddenly, the person said, from where are you? And she wrote, Mumbai. And then suddenly, अपने आप फिर नॉर्मल चल रहा है सब कुछ, अरे वेल प्लेड, बहुत अच्छा किया, ये है, थैंक यू, बहुत कर्टियस, ऐसा लगा कि बहुत ही रिस्पेक्टेड, कोई जो भी सामने खेल रहा हो, बहुत रिस्पेक्टेड है। फिर एक मैसेज आया, आर यू मेल और फीमेल? तो शी रिप्लाइड फीमेल। ओके, इट गोड ऑन, went on. And then he sent a message, can you send me a nude picture of yours? And this is how everything begins. ये भी एक साइबर क्राइम का ही एक हिस्सा है।
That was an alarming confession there by Akshay Kumar himself. He spoke about cyber predators and how they creep in to profiles and start chatting up with young children. And it leaves a devastating impact on young minds. It has dangers, it has mental dangers, of course, and also physical at times. You never know when this kind of harassment can turn into reality. When I say reality, the person coming to stalk the person in reality. There have been cases of that. So trauma is imminent with these kind of cyber predators lurking, highlighting the dangers that children face, particularly in the digital space. In fact, Akshay Kumar spoke at the Cyber Awareness Month in Mumbai, and he spoke about an approach, a larger approach to crack down on cybercrime and how people can save themselves from falling victim. In fact, he says to the Maharashtra government, an appeal he makes, asking for a weekly cyber awareness period to be instilled in syllabus of class 7 to 10. He says in schools, there should be cyber awareness period for class 7 to 10. And this is important at this point, considering we're looking at everything going digital. Cyber security is the need of the hour. And children should know about the dangers, and this is the frontline defense, according to Akshay.
सीएम साहब से दरखास्त करूंगा कि हमारे महाराष्ट्र स्टेट के अंदर हर हफ्ते 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th स्टैंडर्ड्स के अंदर एक पीरियड जो हो वो साइबर का पीरियड हो, जहां बच्चों को ये समझाया जाए कि होता क्या है, क्योंकि आगे जाके आप सभी जानते हैं कि स्ट्रीट क्राइम से बड़ा ये क्राइम होते जा रहा है।
Well, we're looking at digital internet, a double-edged sword. On one hand, you want your children to know how to use the internet, how to adapt to it, because in the fast-paced world, they need to know how to use the internet. They need to know how to use and be active on digital platforms. But yet, at the same time, the risks are so bad, it's so dangerous that the impact on the children can be as severe. So where's the thin line? What's the line that we've got to toe as parents, as educators, as governments? Joining us for a little more is Pavan Duggal, cybersecurity expert and advocate with the Supreme Court. We also have Shankar Arora, parent and an active PSA member. Thanks both of you. Pavan Duggal, your quick take on cybersecurity threat. You have Akshay Kumar saying that no number of cyber security apps can save your children from bullies. And it's imminent now that governments should consider having a cyber security hour, like a period, a class in its syllabus to ensure 7th to 10th students, who are usually the ones playing on online games, to be aware of the dangers lurking. Give us your sense on whether this could be the best frontline defense and what are the other layers to be aware of.
What Akshay Kumar has actually said is nothing but echoing the sentiments and hopes and aspirations of the parents. But then that alone would not be sufficient. For the last 10 years, I've been telling the government it's time that you start inculcating cyber security and cyber law as a part of the school curriculum from the first standard onwards. Today in India, we have started giving devices to children at very young ages. And we are thrusting them into the deep shores and the deep waters of cyberspace, where all kind of pedophiles and other cyber criminals are waiting to pounce on them without even empowering children on how to protect themselves. So the time has come that you don't need to teach about cybersecurity in the undergraduate classes as you're doing now. The time has come where you just don't only require one period a week. The time has come where every day the children need to be sensitized about live hacks which they need to adopt for the purposes of protecting themselves. Why? Because this generation is all on the internet. So we can't really prevent them from accessing everything. But yes, if we empower their hands, if we tell them what are the pitfalls, that could be a good starting point. But please remember, law comes much, much later. Today, when I talk with you, India does not have a dedicated law on cyber security. We only have a mother legislation on the information technology, being the Information Technology Act 2000, but that also does not give a very comprehensive coverage of cyber security. So focus has to be on capacity building, sensitizing children. Please understand you must have the relevant skill sets to deal with these challenges and speak up. Let's go for more bonding, more trust amongst families. Let's treat our children and youngsters as friends, not in the traditional sense, but in the sense where we are here to empower them. That's the best way going forward.
You know, Shankar Arora is also a parent. Shankar, you know, you can't ban the internet today. Children are way too smart. You ban something that they go back to their friend's house to get on it or find other ways and measures. They know how to get into the dark web even better than any one of us. So, you know, restricting them is not really an option. What are the other layers of safety or security you as a parent adopt? And as part of a school parents association, do you believe that schools are doing active amount of work to ensure that children are aware of the threats?
So I can't speak for other schools, but my children's school, they're very proactive in this front. On this front, they regularly have seminars. There's cybersecurity experts usually come and speak. They have a very well articulated social media policy for the children, and the children are expected to follow that. But as with everything, there are always ways around things, and I think I think Akshay Kumar is absolutely very correct that this does need to be taken forth by schools. In fact, I would say he's stopped short. I would start earlier. I would start, third, fourth, fifth grade, because let's be fair, we are giving our devices to kids, and practically speaking, you can't not. I think in today's date, it's very difficult to deny your children, these facilities, and I think it's at the end it's counterproductive, because it is a digital world now. I mean, we can like it, we cannot like it. That's how it is, and they will need these tools going forward. All their
So
jobs
what's
going
your
forward
what's
will
your
be.
talk with your child? Just to get a sense. How do you say, don't get on this app, or be careful if there's something that happens there? Come and tell me. Any talk that you have often enough with your children?
Yeah, I think that the talk that I've had is that number one, don't give any personal information to anybody. Don't interact as much as possible with strangers. I mean, it's a fundamental principle that we have, that we had as growing up as kids, that you don't interact with strangers.
Yeah.
It's a similar principle. Here you have some level of distance and some, you're not seeing who's in front of you, so it's easier to interact. But then the most important thing is, do not give any personal information. Your username should not be your name. It should be something else entirely. Don't give away your location, where you are. I mean, okay, you can say you're from India, but that's it. Beyond that, nothing. So there's small things, and like, if when to understand where a conversation is not going correctly, where you
And I
know
think having an open conversation with your children is the most
Oh,
important, I
absolutely. I
suppose.
mean, I think that's absolutely critical. The minute you try, you shut down the conversation, that's when they stop coming to you, that's a big problem.
A
They
quick
should
and
be able
final
to come to
one,
you and
if I can bring in Pawan Dugal on the do's and don'ts. Finally, Pawan, on the do's and don'ts, considering children, a lot of them feel lonely these days. They try to find friendship on digital platforms, and gaming apps are the most lucrative for predators, because they know when a child is vulnerable, they know when a child is free, or rather obsessed with the platform, that they have a free way to get at them. Do's and don'ts.
Clearly, to do's and don'ts very, very clearly, let's inculcate two habits as part of our day-to-day digital lives. Number one, the habit to be suspicious. Number two, the habit to be stingy. Suspicious, we must be of any information that we see, read, or hear, till such time we have not really verified the authenticity or correctness of the same. Let's not trust that information. Number two, let's be stingy of how and in what particular manner we are going to share our respective personal information. Why? Because once information personally shared on the internet, it goes off and you are virtually have no control. Number three, do not consider artificial intelligence as your friend. Do not take it as your life coach or counselor or your go-to expert. AI is a very, very dangerous kind of a trend. It's a double-edged sword, and whatever you're going to share with AI is going to be used against you by AI in the coming times in manners that you can't even perceive. So let's stop thinking about artificial intelligence as our new go-to friend, our new nanny, or the new crying shoulder. Sorry, AI is only a tool. We need to be clear that our emotions, our feelings, and our thought processes ought not to be shared with artificial intelligence. And finally, let's stop being part of the great Indian vomiting revolution. Indians are vomiting data about their personal, professional, social lives on the internet without thinking of the legal ramifications. Let's pause for a minute. Let's have the 10-second rule before making any decision online. Just
Right.
close your eyes and seek a period of 10 seconds as a period of introspection. What am I doing? Is it going to help me? Will it harm
Correct.
me? If it's going to harm you, please don't do it. Ultimately, it'll be due diligence, caution, care. That will be your final mantra to protect you from
Yeah.
potentially
And we're really
becoming a
hoping
victim.
that schools intervene with a cybersecurity hour. I think that's really the need of the hour on how to, how to identify predators online. I really appreciate both of you for joining us. That's all I have time for today. Thank you.